Welcome to 20-Minute Creative Problem Solving. In this program, you will learn how to use and facilitate the 20-minute version of the creative problem solving process that was developed by Dr. Louise Earle Loomis. If you Google creative problem solving, you will find evidence of many variations, all of which can be traced back to the work that was started by Alex Osborne in the 1940s and further developed by Osborne and Sidney Parnes in the 1950s. Osborne not only founded the Creative Education Foundation, which held its first conference at what is now University of Buffalo, but also invented brainstorming and co-founded the advertising firm, BBD&O. His classic book, Applied Imagination, continues to inspire the work of the Creative Education Foundation. The diversity of approaches to the creative problem-solving process and its current widespread use are testimony to its power. There are two key components to creative problem-solving. The first is divergent thinking, generating lots of ideas and options. The second is convergent thinking, evaluating options and making decisions. Each of us engages naturally in both divergent and convergent thinking. The key to creative problem solving is to mindfully separate divergent thinking from convergent thinking. To do this, you need to generate a lot of ideas before you start to evaluate them. This 20-minute creative problem solving process was developed by Dr. Louise Earle Loomis, the founder of the ThinkWell Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Over the years, Dr. Lou, as she is known, has facilitated creative problem solving and critical thinking programs for individuals, groups, businesses, and students. As a result of this extensive experience, Dr. Lou distilled the longer creative problem solving process into this simple 4-step 20-minute process. Dr. Lou is a master at meeting her students where they are. Her positive and encouraging approach is structured, but not overburdened by structure. She also encourages participants to ask for more information when it is needed. And participants gauge their own reactions, including noting what's new to them and considering how they can use it in their daily lives. There will be times when knowing how to facilitate 20-minute creative problem solving, known as CPS for short, will be helpful. So let's start with an overview of instructions for facilitators. When you are facilitating 20-minute CPS, you will want to have one or more teams of at least 3 people per team. If you are doing this for larger groups, divide the group up into teams of 3 or more people. In each team, one person is the problem owner, the person whose problem will be solved. The other 2 or more people serve as consultants to each problem owner. The problem owner or owners describe the situation, and their consultants use divergent thinking to come up with creative ideas. Then they use convergent thinking to evaluate ideas and start planning to solve the problem. The objective is to generate at least 2 potentially useful solutions. As Dr. Lou says, the 20-minute creative problem-solving process is an organized way to work with the natural disorderly functions of the mind. The 20-minute CPS process includes clearly defined roles and steps. This 20-minute creative problem-solving process worksheet can be downloaded from this PowerPoint. It is recommended that this one-page CPS worksheet be given to participants when you are facilitating 20-minute CPS sessions. The objective of this 20-minute CPS process is to generate at least 2 potentially useful solutions to each problem owner's problem using the 4-step CPS process. Each step is allowed only 5 minutes. It is recommended to set a timer for each of the 4 steps. Step 1, name the problem. Step 2, clarify and define the causes of the problem. Step 3, brainstorm ideas to solve the problem using 2 different types of brainstorming. The first is initial brainstorming. The second is the Scamper brainstorming method, which we will learn more about in just a minute. Step 4, evaluate and plan to solve the problem. After this, the problem owner can take action. In step 1, naming the problem, each problem owner speaks to their consultants for 5 minutes about their problem. Direct the consultants to listen carefully. They may not speak or ask questions, but taking notes is recommended. Taking notes on easel pad paper that is visible to all on the team is ideal. The problem owner continues to talk, but must stop immediately when the 5 minutes are up. It is helpful to invite the problem owner to consider the following when they are describing the problem, as well as anything else they think would be helpful to the process. What, who, when, why, how? What led up to the problem? What is the sequence of events? What are the consequences? How do or did you feel? And how do you think the other people feel or felt? In the second 5-minute period, clarifying and defining the problem, consultants ask questions to get more information, to help their understanding of the problem. Problem owners respond, answering the questions and adding information that will help clarify and define the problem. The facilitator directs the problem owners and consultants to consider the following and anything else they may want to explore. What I really want in this situation is, was this problem unique or is it part of a pattern? Has it occurred before? How have you or others reacted before? What have you done in the past about this problem? How has it worked out? There are 2 parts to step 3, brainstorming, where the problem owner and consultants brainstorm together to generate ideas for solving the problem. Allow 5 minutes for both. Set the timer initially for 2 minutes. Step 3A, initial brainstorming. Have one consultant record the ideas for the problem owner. Writing these ideas on easel pad paper that is posted on the wall is recommended. Go for a large quantity of ideas. Invite everyone to be wild and free. Do not worry about quality yet. Do not discuss or judge as you go along. Just keep being fluent and get lots of ideas out. In step 3B, invite teams to use the Scamper process. The acronym Scamper was developed by Robert Eberle and published in the book Games for Imagination Development. Scamper is part of a larger model containing 2 other sets of attributes for being creative and problem solving. The first is being flexible, fluent, original, and elaborative in thinking by Ellis Paul Torrance. The second is possessing curiosity, courage, risk-taking, being intuitive, and preferring complexity. Scamper stands for 7 activities that can assist idea generation. To use the Scamper method, the problem owner and consultants take another look at the ideas generated by their team so far and see what they come up with when they consider the following: substitute, combine, adapt, maximize or minimize, put to other uses, eliminate, reverse, or rearrange. Set the timer for 3 minutes for this step. In the last 5-minute period, evaluate and plan to solve the problem. Each problem owner selects 2 or 3 alternatives that she or he is interested in trying. All members of each team work together to refine the ideas. After the 20-minute creative problem-solving process is completed, each problem owner outlines their potential plan of action, and they commit to trying to refine the solution or solutions and to take action. It is helpful for problem owners to put deadlines on the plan of action and set up a system to report back to their consultants. The next step, then, is to take action. The Think Well Center offered a style of training which included experiential, interactive, and multisensory elements. Learning was always based on an active process of discovery. For trainers and educators, Think Well Center specialized in workshops that used thinking skill formats for all of its programs. At Think Well Center, Professionals, students, adults, older adults, and everyone in between were invited to think about thinking, think clearly, think things through, think well inside and outside the box, think on the spot, and think big. Some of the languages spoken at the Think Well Center included critical and creative thinking, creative problem solving, or CPS, convergent and divergent thinking, 21st century learning skills, essential questions, teaching for understanding, project-based learning, depth of knowledge, and spunky. Spunky stands for surprising, puzzling, useful, new, knew it already, and interesting. In all programs developed by the Think Well Center, participants gained confidence in what their minds could do by understanding the brain's natural gift for organizing information, recognizing when they NMI needed more information and how to ask for it, spotting fallacies that confused their thinking, and mastering methods to boost their memory. Testimonials from past program participants. Marilyn Rossetti, executive director of the Open Hearth Association, said, "I had the distinct pleasure and great luck to take a class from Dr. Loomis. Her teachings were invaluable, and I have used them many times over the years. Dr. Lou is patient yet firm. You will not be disappointed in any work you do with her. I truly believe that where I am today in life and in my career, I owe in part to her teachings." The staff of the Brain Injury Association of Connecticut said, "What a wonderful, thought-provoking presentation. It was especially fun that it was interactive." Another person from the Brain Injury Association said, "Thank you for your thoughtful and insightful presentation." And a third person said it was very meaningful and enjoyable.